Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting June 26, 2017. A quick reminder for all you Capricorn people, this is the last week of the pre-sale, or pre-order sale I've got going on for the Tarot Home Study course, which goes live on the 1st of July. It'll be available for purchase and for download, but the sale only goes for the pre-orders. So once it goes live, it goes ready for purchase and download at full price. So if you want to take advantage of the pre-sale, you do need to do that this week, and you can do so at my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you just follow the links below. So what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, this week it seems to be all about your closest one-on-one relationships, because we've got Mars on Monday in your 7th house of committed partnerships. Again, this is the area where we talk about all our closest one-on-one people, BFF, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, business partner, roommate, all of those kinds of things. And with Mars forming a very charming, very happy connection, very good connection, with Neptune currently retrograde in your 3rd house, there's going to be something that comes from a partner or somebody you have that close one-on-one working relationship with about some kind of contract or agreement that you can actually either amend or maybe even kind of get more out of. I'm not sure if this is if this is something that you're working on personally, or if this is something that the two of you have been working on together for again for either for business or for a marriage. The interesting thing about Neptune retrograde here is as well that this could be a very big boon for those of you that are trying to sign some kind of contract, either for work as an independent contractor, as a publisher. Maybe you're trying to do, trying to get some kind of extra job on the side, or maybe you're trying to sign on a financial agreement with a partner or get some kind of business opportunity underway. Everyone seems to be playing ball and on board this week, and somebody, again, one of the closest in the one-on-one, is going to actually be finding a way to spice it up a little bit more extra for you in a way that brings out a bit more reward for everyone involved. On Thursday, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, okay? This is also in that 7th house of one-on-one relationships and all those things, forming an opposition to Pluto, currently retrograde in your sign. This talks a little bit more about love, okay? And there could be an issue going on where a partner, there's a misunderstanding about something a partner or a best friend or somebody close says or does. And if we're not careful, we may accidentally project an association onto this person. Remember, this person is not the association you're making, okay? Sometimes when we get this angle, when I do readings for people, somebody says or does something that makes them think about like somebody who burned them in the past, or a situation they think they've been in before. Remember, Pluto retrograde, it's all about the nostalgia, it's all about things coming back. And if it reminds you of, say, the old best friend and she burned you bad, or the ex, or whatever, you've got to be careful in this situation, because it's not the same. And the Pluto opposition to Pluto retrograde is kind of saying it's a test, to kind of be like, hey, watch out, this person may do something that does tick you off, but it's not on purpose, and it doesn't mean cut loose, and it certainly doesn't mean it's a repeat of the past. So, heads up on that. So what's going on with your cards this week? Well, this card is kind of funny, okay? The name of the card is Vulva for your spiritual advice. V-O-L-V-A, by the way. So it's always kind of funny to say, always makes me blush when I say it. But when we look at the spiritual advice of the card, this talks about guidance and direction that is basically forming a conclusion this week for you. There's going to be some kind of evidence about how things are going to go when it comes to something that you've been working on or embarking on for a long time, whether it's a personal artistic venture, again, a business prospect you've been working on, an investment that you have, a spiritual path that you're undertaking. Because when this card shows up, it's basically talking about getting a final conclusion and realizing whether or not something is or is not ever truly meant to be. Now, the nice thing about this is that usually with this card we see the yes answer that something is meant to be. So if you're worried about whether or not, this is going to be some kind of damning conclusion, 9 out of 10 times this card is a big no on that, unless it's like just horribly unhealthy and pulling all your energy away from the rest of your life. But this card often does talk about a shortcut nonetheless, and possibly some forces beyond your control actually showing up in your life to kind of get you on the right path to making this a reality. And again, in a way that gives you that prophetic sort of yes answer that you may be looking for. So be careful this week, though, because sometimes this card can show up where it goes against our design or our ego investment or our, our psychological investment in how something is supposed to play out. Because we may get our way, but it won't happen our way. For your Earth sector, when it comes to work and finances, we've got the Moon card reversed. And this can be a very interesting card because it talks about some kind of secret being revealed, always. But in this case, what I'm picking up with the Moon card reversed is that there's somebody kind of showing up and giving you a behind-the-scenes glimpse of what somebody else is up to at the office or with some kind of financial venture or financial situation that you're dealing with. What kind of conversations are going on behind the scenes. So it's not, I don't see this as somebody revealing their own secret. They're revealing somebody else's secret. I'm not sure if this is like a gross betrayal of confidence, but I'm just getting a weird feeling that with the Moon card reversed here, this may actually be something that, again, gives you that heads up like we saw with our spiritual advice card. Because the Moon card reverse can also show up as something that we can take advantage of for our own, for our own growth in a way that's actually socially responsible. This could be something that gets us ahead as far as how to actually go about landing the job or landing the financial arrangement that we are looking for. Though with the Moon card reverse, it's important to pay attention to where other people are coming from as well. It is going to require us to get closer and more intimate with people that we may have been keeping at a distance. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Lovers card upright. And a win-win arrangement, a win-win pact, or a win-win alliance is being formed this week. Usually with the Lovers card upright, this can often indicate something that will stay. This is a pact or an arrangement that lasts the test of time. Because again, this choice, this conclusion has been made to the exclusivity of another, and it's working in your favor. Now, with the Lovers card upright, you've got to make sure that you are available to stay as a part of this as well. This is as good as a blood vow. This is not something that you want to just make idly or temporarily. If you feel like you want to maintain your freedom or you want to have your escape plan, maybe you want to not make this arrangement. But I think that it would be in your best interest to do so, to actually make it. The Lovers card can also indicate a situation where somebody who has been on your side, but not necessarily super active in your personal doings and undertakings, finally becomes an active player in this situation. If you feel like maybe you've been doing something alone when it comes to a big family affair, or maybe you've been handling a certain situation all by yourself when a business partner or a spouse or something like that, they've been kind of a cheerleader supporting from the sidelines, that's going to change. They're going to be starting to get more active. They're going to get more involved, step in, and intervene. And in a way, it's almost like we need this assistance. So let's just let that happen. We may have thought this is our personal journey, we want to handle it all on our own. Well, maybe we do need this. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Be careful about rejecting things just as a compulsion this week, Capricorn. The Six of Pentacles reversed can often indicate a situation where we reject things too much. Where we turn too many things down. And again, we've got so many cards saying that we can have our way, but it may not be on our terms. And I remember last week, we were talking about a situation where a lot of you could be dealing with people who are kind of more invested in the journey turning out a certain way, or living out a certain story than a better outcome. Be careful, you might be that person this week if we're not careful. And the Six of Pentacles reverse can indicate, again, where are we rejecting help that's actually clearly being offered to us because it's meant to us? Where are we trying to maybe do something as a lone wolf where we're not really meant to be? If people are offering their services to you, offering their support to you, or offering a better way, this week there's no catch. You should take it. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we've got the Wheel of Fortune upright. Beautiful card for love because it does indicate it's one of the very few cards in the deck that I actually would say a hands-off approach is good for, which is kind of nice. Because a lot of people, when we look at the, the Wheel of Fortune, we don't know that this actually does mean, okay, let's surrender and trust. This is actually where we go with that. And when I look at the Wheel of Fortune upright, for those of you who are single and looking, chance encounters are much more highly likely at this time. We've got Mercury and Mars in your 7th house of partnerships, Venus is still in your 5th house of love and romance, and there could be opportunities with the Wheel of Fortune coming out of nowhere without you actually deliberately having a say. You know, you may actually be finding an opportunity to meet people, you know, meet people in the neighborhood. This is the kind of bump into somebody, you know, randomly in an elevator type of card. And so, you know, allow yourself to, again, entertain that talk. Don't reject just because it seems kind of a little out of your norm. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Wheel of Fortune upright indicates that a breakthrough is actually coming on the part of your partner. And you may be finding out that they actually have some kind of big win or big success that actually does support a shift in your own plans, your own hopes, your own ideals for where you guys go as a couple, whether it's they finally amass the funds or the work opportunities or maybe even just the time off or the time down to be able to actually, again, participate. The Wheel of Fortune is going to facilitate that very much so for you, so keep an eye out for that news too. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.